Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. And in this video,
it's gonna go down. So in this video we're gonna be putting in the motor mounts and possibly dropping it in, test fitting and all that good stuff.
it's test fitting time.
So first things first, we got the motor mounts in here. Yesterday we kind of like blew all the dust out of here because, you know, since it's been sitting over a year here. Está bien mugroso. Still is, but, you know, a little less. So we're gonna be putting motor mounts in and maybe the, I don't know, cross member or something. We're gonna see, but we're gonna be first test fitting it to see how it's gonna sit, and we're gonna decide how far back, forward, you know, up and down we want that motor to be. Gonna get there soon.
We did have to put the box inside of another box again because all this was left out in the elements and stuff. See here, we have again surface rust here happening already because it was out in the elements. We got the bushings here also with a little bit of surface rust. I mean, still good, but man, it was so clean. I got it. So that's kind of sucks. I mean, at least the bolts are good. Okay, so we do have the driver's side here, just to show you guys. If you guys don't know how this goes, we're gonna use the dirty dingle engine mounts here. You take the bushing side, and it does have a little dimple here. Just pretty much lock it in place here. Obviously, it's gonna get bolted. Then this plaque right here goes like that, and these holes here are slotted, that way the actual engine and transmission combo can be able to slide back and forth. That's necessary.
So we lifted the car up a little bit in order for him to fit down there and see how the transmission gonna fit in there. The next thing is we gotta take that old motor mount there. So motor mounts are in with half of them. The bushing port is in.
Because I'm thinking this might be a little too high for both the transmission and the engine to go in at the same time. That's why we want to try to do the engine first and kind of get a feel for things.
Let's see if the hoist raises high enough to put both in, or
this might be too high here for just the engine alone.
yeah, it's probably too high. So we did raise it up a bit high. As you guys can see right here, it's kind of high, but we'll see. First try. Just the motor itself. Hopefully we get enough clearance over that frame right there.
Mounting these dirty dingo plates for the mounts. Pretty simple process, just for bolts. Once it's mounted onto the bushing, which is going to be right here, the engine now has the ability to actually scoot all the way back as close to the firewall as possible, or forward. It just depends on where we want it and where it's going to make sense, really. But this is the whole point of these mounts right here. Engine is in, just fit it. It's right on the money right there, on the bushings and everything. This side as well, sitting nice and pretty. It's still like halfway on the plates over here. It's still sitting halfway on the slots, thankfully, because it does have a pretty fistful of gap right here. Although, I mean, it just depends on how the transmission sits, really. That's gonna determine how back it's gonna go, because we do want it to align with the transmission hole here for the shifter. So that's pretty cool right there. I mean, just looking at this now, one step closer to getting it running, for sure. All right, so after the test fit of the engine, something happened. Can't disclose that. But anyway, we have the we have the transmission out already. So we're actually gonna try and put these two together. You see, I already looped it up. Looped up the splines over here. The alignment tool's still in there, so I'm gonna take that one out and pretty much just made them together. So you guys can see we're having a little trouble mating the engine with the transmission right now. It's pretty much just the splines aren't cooperating. That thing broke for the oil. Alright, so we're here days later, as you can see. Ran out of time, but we finally got this thing put together. I did notice that one of the bottom bolts, this one in particular, the one where the starter goes in the bottom, it's not being used. It doesn't bolt on, which, I mean, it's cool since it's just that one bolt. But everything now is perfect. Everything, hopefully we didn't miss anything inside, because I do not want to do that shit again.
That shit was a struggle.
That shit was a mission.
Like you see right here, 2 jacks, fucking block.
We have a whole fucking setup right here. But luckily we got it in. Now it's time to pretty much raise the back over here. Throw this in and test fit it for the first time.
Dropped it in already. Trans in, motors in, the mounts are in, bolted down. Not tightened yet, but it's in there already. A little challenge, but nothing impossible. What we're gonna do, we're gonna test fit the trans mount over here. So yeah, we're gonna try and put this, test fit it. We're gonna put it in yet, but we're gonna test fit with the cross member, the transmission. It goes right here. We got some more goodies up in here. Whoops. So we wanna do that. Pero por mientras un lonchezón, dicen los tíos.
Now that we're back from lunch, we do have this thing to test mount, test fit at the very least. Pretty much gonna see how this goes and if it needs any cutting or anything like that. That's the transmission right there, pretty low, but I still have to, obviously it's not in place yet, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close. Been a long time coming. So apparently this goes right here. That's the actual mount for the transmission. If you guys know, if you've watched the previous videos, this is where the stock transmission mount goes to. You can see just these 2 bolts. Alright, as you can see here, this is kind of like how it goes. But as you can see, there's a big ass gap right here between the actual, I guess, the bracket here and the body of the floor. It's a huge gap, obviously, because transmission is still kind of a little too low because we haven't actually put it in place yet, but it's good to know that things are getting done. We are making progress. Alright guys, so we're basically stuck here. As you guys can see, we're in the bottom transmission right here. I've read that we do have to cut something. I'm not sure if we have to cut this whole thing off or not, but I'm thinking if we do, I mean, we're gonna lose these 2 holes here to bolt this onto right here. But I'm not really sure. I need to research that. After that, I'm not sure what's going on over here. I might need to cut this whole reinforcement out from this side and this side over here, because taking the side over here, as you can see, that little bolt in the back is rubbing on the reinforcement for the trans tunnel. That kind of sucks, but I mean, I'm gonna try to see if I can wiggle it more to the right or something. Hopefully that works. I'm kind of doubting it right now. But this is my main concern, to mount this transmission mount on. And this side doesn't look as bad. There's nothing really rubbing from what I can tell for the passenger side. There really is no space down here. Let's see. So apologies for the lack of anything here. It's really tight space. Pretty much done for today, basically. I need to go back to the drawing board and see. I'm trying not to take this transmission and trans out again. I was hoping to do everything now that I'm here, everything that's here. But if we have to, then I guess then we just gotta do what we gotta do. All right, so now we check the bottom. Looks like we do have to take off the engine and transmission again, because most likely we're gonna have to cut off the trans tunnel reinforcements, those little flaps where the bolt is sitting on. Sucks, but we were kind of expecting it to be just a test fit and not a final fit. So I forgot to close out the video last night, but as you can see, we're getting there finally. Just looking at the engine with the transmission inside the car, man, I can just imagine just, turning it on for the first time. I just want to drive the car already. I just want to drive the car already, and I can't wait because it's every day is getting closer and closer. So make sure to smash the like button if you enjoy this type of content. Subscribe for future content as well. And I know there's people out there that are doing this type of thing, and a lot of things, like, there is information, but it's kind of spotty here and there, which is why I'm trying to, record all this, pretty much all the progress I make, so I can let you guys know, well, pretty much the steps to take, or like the fuck ups I do, everything like that. So that way you guys get a better idea of what to expect and pretty much how to do the things, because I really don't know how to do it. I'm just learning along the way. So if you guys learn anything from this, that's my mission. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Los Meros Vera. Thank you for watching. See you guys in the next one. Peace.